This is a... Hey guys, what's up? It's me, that guy with the face. And in today's video, I've got to build a server. That's about it. I mean, that's like half of this channel, you know? So, no shit. I'm gonna get right into it. What we have right here is the server we need to build. So, I have just learned something about the construction of Supermicro servers. There is none. I'm kidding. What we have is a Supermicro CSE 815 chassis. Doesn't mean anything to anyone, but we've got dual LGA 3647 sockets for Intel Xeon scalable processors. We've got these nice redundant 500 watt power supplies, bunch of fans, and an NVMe / SAS SATA front backplane thingy, front plane, backplane, whatever. So today we just need to finish building out the server. So I thought, hey, we'll do that, maybe make a fun video out of it, because this is going to be one of our bare metal hosts for our cloud and server hosting business, which basically means I sell this entire server, fully accessible, controllable by the customer, and we just provide internet, power, and maintenance for it, and everything else is in full control of the customer. So anyways, what we need to do is install the second CPU here. First things first, we got CPU, RAM, all this stuff. And you already saw we have a motherboard in, so we installed one of them just before to make sure everything was cool, and we're gonna put the other one in now. And because I live in Europe, it's a million degrees right now, so I'm gonna put on some gloves because I don't want to get sweat on my goddamn server. For our CPU, what we have is this. This is a Xeon Gold 6148. It is a 20-core, 40-thread CPU with a boost clock about 3.7, almost 4 gigahertz, but ideal for its single core performance. It's not ideal for its single core performance, but it is great for its multi-threaded, because with 2 of these in the system, we already have 1 installed, and we're installing the second one. We'll have 40 cores and 80 threads, which is plenty for virtualization, tons of workloads, whatever a client or someone would like to use it for. That's why bare metal. And it's huge. As you can see here, it's just a massive CPU. I mean, it is kind of insane just how enormous these are. That's why it's called LGA 3647, because it has 3,647 pins in the socket. Now, real quick, I'm gonna say, so we got our cooler off. This is our cooler for our LGA 3647. So we've got this thermal paste. I like it. It works. None of my CPUs have overheated, even at full load, and it's the business purple, as I call it. Yeah, my company color is purple, so I just like that it's purple. So it's this EC360 diamond. Haven't heard of it till I came over to Europe, and now it's, you know, all over Amazon. So, and it works, you know. I don't know what their conductivity number is like actually meaning, because there's no, you know, everyone uses something different. But 11 watts per meter Kelvin is pretty damn good if that's accurate. If it's 1-to-1 with, you know, other companies, but we'll see. Anyways, it works, and I can get a big tube of it. So there are Amazon affiliate links in the description, you know, the ones where I get a kickback if you want anything like these that I use. Obviously this stuff you can't really buy on Amazon anymore. But anyways, what we're gonna do is just load this cooler with tons of thermal paste. Having some overflow is much better than having underflow, as we'd call it. Something like that. And if you can see that, there's a lot on there. But we always, this always is what takes me an extra time. I should get some kind of tool, but every single server I install all the CPUs twice, because, or at least twice, sometimes even 3 times. So I want to make absolutely sure we have a good thermal paste spread. I won't show you guys doing that in this, but after I stop recording, I'm going to uninstall the CPUs when they've had time to spread out their thermal paste and stuff, and make sure they're good. If not, add some more. So we're going to take our Xeon Gold 6148. We're going to find the arrow on the cooler here. Sorry if you can't see it. And we're going to carefully line up the notch here. There we are. Make sure we don't throw paste all over our fingers. And just pop it in so it sits nice and firmly on this holder tray. Very cool. It's very interesting you install the CPU to the cooler before putting it in the socket. But anyways, with that being done, we just take our cooler, plop it down on our motherboard here, And then, as you saw, we have star screws, or if you didn't, you know, we have star screws on here. So we're going to take our flathead screwdriver, because stars are just flatheads with multiple points, and follow the order you see on the cooler. So what I was going to say, while I'm screwing this in, basically, I've done, like, a good amount. I can't even think about how many. I'll have to count at some point. I've done a good amount of these LGA 3647 installs. I find it to be a good balance between price and performance for, you know, even modern server workloads. And it has memory support, you know, 6-channel memory, up to 24 DIMMs. It's pretty great. But I have like 9 more of these to do, something like that. I have a bunch of Dell R640s to configure. I have some custom servers to build. We're going to be building some new game server nodes. So if you don't know, we currently host game servers as well. You can check it out in the description below. Thebusiness.cloud for cloud offerings, thebusiness.games, game offerings. Anyways, if you go, right now we're hosting game servers on servers like these with much faster CPUs. So instead of 6148s, we're running things like 6240Rs and, you know, 6246 or something like that, the 8-core, like 4.5 gigahertz variants, to run actual game servers, but with nice, stable hardware. But we are going to be adding like newer Ryzen-based servers, you know, for high-performance, single-threaded, you know, heavily modded Minecraft, your other games, Rust, and all that. So we'll be building those in those videos. But if you're interested in seeing videos like this, or more of the face down, or some kind of mix where it's a camera pointed down at the server and then me talking as well, or if you just never want to see my face again, let me know, and that'll be awesome, and I can, you know, hopefully figure it out between one of the 7 videos I've got to make here in the upcoming soonness, because I got to install these in our new Czech Republic rack. I'm talking a lot. I got to install these in my new Czech Republic rack in like 2 weeks, so yeah. So now with our CPU installed, we're going to go ahead and put some RAM in here, and for today's little build, we have what's left of our ECC RAM tray. We are going to be running these DIMMs. These are just some basic Cisco branded Samsung DDR4 ECC registered at 2666 megahertz, which is the fastest speed supported by these CPUs, which is great. I have no problem with that. That's awesome. So we have these 16 gig DIMMs, and we're going to load this thing up with 192 gigs to start, because people, oftentimes I see people who need to, you know, lease or rent or get some time on a server like this with this many cores need a lot of RAM. So hopefully 192 is good enough to start, but we can upgrade it up to 384 or even 768 if it's necessary. All will be options. You know, we're working on bare metal provisioning and stuff like that, so available soon. What we're gonna do is just install every single DIMM, and I'm not going to talk because this is like some people's favorite part. So anyways, time to install the RAM. Yeah, I definitely need to get a better shot of that, but so sorry you couldn't see it fully. But now, as you can see, we've got all of our RAM nice and installed. So that is 16 times 12 for 192 gigs of ECC registered DDR4 and 40 cores and 80 threads. I usually like to target about 4 gigs per core, so 40 cores, 160 gigs, you know, 192 is pretty good, but some people target 4 gigs per thread. So we'll see. If someone needs more RAM, that can always be arranged. You know, I can just go out DC, double it to 384, and that won't be a problem. Now, last things we need are a boot drive or some kind of storage of any kind, and well, that's really about it. So if you don't know, this board already has dual 10 gig on board, which we're going to use to give 10 gigabit Ethernet up to 10 gig. Some people only need a 1 gig connection. Some people need a 10 gig. We have it available. Some people need IPv4. Some need 6. It's, you know, everything's available. So we're going to use the 10 gigs on board, but we always have spare NICs up in the DC. So what we're going to do for a boot drive is something I bought a little while ago and haven't even touched yet. So this is an SK Hynix Platinum P41 NVMe. It's not an enterprise grade NVMe like we've used many times here before, and we will be using many times here in the future, but it is a high quality consumer one that will be fine because we'll be mixing it with a second drive as well for redundancy. So we also have things like this FireCuda 1 terabyte that all these PCIe 4.0 brand new drives, haven't even touched, 0 power on hours because I haven't even booted them. But for now, we're only going to put one in because I only have one of these spare adapters. And the mounting for the onboard M.2 slot just isn't working, and I'd rather just do something a little nicer. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this really quirky-ass riser here we've got. It's got like a full 16X and this weird, and then two 1Xs. Like, this is a super fun riser, but it goes to 3 16X slots. And we're going to take this side and throw our NVMe in there like that. And coincidentally, when we get a second one, we can put it here. And we'll have nice airflow across the drives. We'll probably also attach a copper heatsink once it comes in from where we ordered it. So with that, it's super simple to install this. You just put it in and carefully, but with force, push it down. And just like that, we have a server. We've got these nice dual 500 watt 80 plus platinum power supplies, a 1 terabyte boot drive which will pair with another one, and then again, someone who leases a server like this, they can either have a RAID 1 of 2 of them or a RAID 0, but that's up to their risk tolerance. We've got 40 cores, 80 threads, 192 gigs of DDR4 ECC registered, 2666 megahertz, and I think we're about done. So this is the final server. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what I could do better, and let me know what you'd like to see for the very soon upcoming many builds that I have to do. I might just start doing server after server, although I need to go find someplace cold because it is a million degrees. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in cloud server game hosting, go ahead and check out our website, link in the description below, thebusiness.cloud. Join our Discord, have a chat with us. I love chatting with people. It's one of my favorite things. That's why I started a business and a YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Ciao, y'all.